Hey, hey, hey everybody, back in the bush. Chimney Oven 2.0 day number 2. Anybody that saw the last video on that, seen how absolutely way above expectations this thing worked. Anybody that didn't see it, what I've got here is a well tank. It used to be the pressure tank for my well, and I basically cut it. I don't know if you guys can see down here. I think you can, yeah. I have a door on it and all that, and this is basically a homemade wood stove I did a few years ago, because this hot tub gizmo that I'm not even going to bother showing you but sits behind me here. I don't talk about the tub much, I haven't used it lately, but anyway, this used to be hooked up to that tub with a 1/2-inch coil in it with a circulating pump, and that's how I used to heat the hot tub. Since that, I've converted it over, so I take the water heater off the back of the camp and flip on the propane and flip it off, and I'm done. The problem with this was, once it got hot, it would get too hot and I couldn't control the tub. So anyways, here it is. I took it home, cut a top out of it here the other day, just the lid will come right off this thing. Put a 6-inch pipe, sat the chimney oven box on it, and put a pipe on top to give me a draft. Well, last night, within about a half hour getting her going, I had the needle here down past 450, and she was heading down to where it says oven thermometer here. So the problem with this thing out here is going to be not getting it not too hot. So what I'm going to do first, we're going to be cooking in it later. Sweet Cindy's sitting here enjoying the sun already. It's 6 degrees out here. It's an amazing day. Nice to have you guys back, by the way. We're sitting outside here, and later on we were going to have some wonderful chicken soup that she had made, and what go nice with that, homemade biscuits. So we're going to flash this thing up later and make some biscuits and possibly even some chocolate chip cookies. So, but before that, where this thing is looking pretty ratty, I bought myself some stove polish. I don't know if you guys have ever used this or not before. I've honestly never used it. All I have ever used is paint on the stoves, barbecue paint. This is supposed to be the bomb. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to clean this thing up a little bit and see what it looks like. And then we're going to flash it up a bit later, and we're going to make some dinner, and we're going to actually do some cooking in this thing. The last video yesterday, if you guys didn't see it, we got out I got little telescopic skewers, and we roasted a couple cheddar smokies and hot dogs on the coals inside. I put the hot dog buns in this oven, and we weren't paying attention, left them in there 10 minutes, and they were almost turned into wood. They got so hard and burnt so bad within 10 minutes. So, because again, I had it up over 450 degrees. So today, the trick is going to be to keep it so it's not too hot, because she wants to bake the cookies, which are going to be 350, and the biscuits are 425. So it's going to take a bit getting used to, and I got to get a bit of coals in the bottom of this. But anyways, I'll stop rambling for now. I'm going to do a bit of this stove paste, and let's see how good this stuff looks when I put her on. I've honestly never done this before. So they say to use a damp rag and wipe it on, and then you buff it out, apparently. Let's see. And you buff it to the shine, they say, and don't put too much on. I'll tell you right now, is that ever cool? That's different. Anybody ever use this stuff? Stove polish. That's got a bit of a brown tinge to it there because of the rust, I think, still in it. I gotta say, you know what, it doesn't look too bad. It looks better than what black paint would. And then we're gonna have to fire it up and do a burn off, because you gotta burn this stuff off, I guess. And this is kind of a tester, because we're gonna do the stove in the camp. Kind of neat, eh? It's working really well. Looks really good so far. Yeah, it doesn't really stink as such. You can even do that pipe in there, right? Do it all. Very cool stuff, I must say. So far, guys, I'm really impressed. Because again, paint, barbecue paint, works, but I don't know how much I like using it. When you brush it on, if you don't do it right, you see all the paint streaks in it. And when you spray it, if you don't have it prepped perfect, you'll see streaks and marks in it again. So, but I'm gonna shut up here for a minute, just put some of this on. How's that, eh? That nice? Let's bring you guys over here. Yeah, neat working little stove, and it actually works quite well as a wood stove. Amazing what you do with an old repurposed water tank, eh? It's even better as water soluble. Whoops. Going to be the transformation of the chimney oven. What this is going to be. Where it's really rusted, I see I put quite a bit on. And almost the first coat almost soaks in. And you can put more and it gets blacker. I don't think Kez is too impressed that we took her eating area here, so sorry about that, Kez. This is kind of where I fed the hungry little chickie. What do you think, guys? Looks alright, eh? Pretty neat, I gotta say. It's definitely a different finish. And the more you work it, I think the better it's gonna get. Don't really know what's in it, but it's water soluble. I don't know how good it's gonna hold up outdoors in the weather here, but don't really care. So, just an experiment, make it look a little better. Put lipstick on a pig, basically what I'm doing here. Lipstick on a pig. Looks pretty good, eh? What do you think so far? Looks alright, eh? I like it. Nice finish. Pretty well matches the paint on the top, and it's just it won't break down like paint, I think. It won't peel. And in a bit here, we're going to fire it up and burn it off. See what happens. It definitely makes quite a difference. Before and after. You got to work it right into that rust. What do you think, people? Looking all right? It's going to burn better today, too. There's a bit of a wind right now. Yesterday, we had it going. There was no wind at all. It was right calm out, so let's move you guys here. I got to say, this stuff works pretty good, you know. Not looking too bad. I'm almost all the way around already on it. You got to put lots on, though. And that goes right in the pores of the rust, the holes. And they say to buff it with a damp rag or a dry rag? Huh? It just says with a clean cloth. Well, it says to put it on with a damp rag, but it says to buff it with a clean cloth. Wow, cleans it up pretty good, eh? Huh? Oh, yeah, that's water soluble. It's supposed to come right off. They say. I may be Sparky Black Hands. Not sure. Should have wore gloves. Yeah, how did I make out putting those gloves on you got? And then bring them out. That's a Davy Dum Dum for you. Right on. Duh. Here's the gloves on top that I brought out to use. But I didn't. Why? Because I got ahead of myself as usual. I wouldn't do that though. Not the way I do stuff. Not the way I roll. Well, some days. Just depends. I could start a new channel with shorts of Davy Dum Dums. I just don't admit half of them to the public. Yeah, let's just hope my hands will clean off a little. That's pretty black. Nothing else, I had gasoline. It's like a black dye, so I don't know. Didn't say wear gloves. I know there's something out there called bentonite grease. Bentonite grease from Small Engine Repair, and it's got a dye in it, and it'll turn your hands black. And I hope this isn't like bentonite grease. When you get that stuff in your hands, it's a while coming off. Now I'm going to do the chimney oven, the top part. Give her just a quick little rub. It's steaming because the sun is so warm. Crazy. You're supposed to buff it, I think, with a dryer rag. Oh, because of the sun on it, right? Isn't that nice out? It's so warm out here right now. 6 or 7 degrees, I think. 6 degrees, 42 degrees Fahrenheit. Isn't that beautiful? What a day. And this can be so cool that later on we're going to cook dinner in this thing, hopefully. Win-win. Yeah. And Sparky's going to wash his hands. The sun is so warm right now. You can see steam coming off this stuff as I'm putting it on. The sun is so warm on that black. An amazing year. I was sitting out here in November running my little oven there, my little ammo can stove, and here I am in March, and it's already 6 or 7 degrees today. Life is good. There you go. How's that? Isn't that nice? It's like, wow. Yeah. Look how fast it dries. You can just almost keep layering it up, but now that I've got it into the rust, it should look pretty cool. Now they say to take it says buff with a clean cloth. Apply a thin even coat with a water dampened cloth on a cold surface. Distribute evenly with a cloth or sponge. Let dry 5 to 10 minutes. Buff to shine the clean cloth. Add a few drops of water to the jar, reseal to prevent drying. So there you go. Where did I put the lid? I already lost that. I take that off out here. Alright, I'll be back in a while, guys. Well, guys, you got to admit, this thing came out looking pretty freaking good considering what I started with. So now I have to light it up. Hopefully it's not going to be a struggle. I've got some wood split up pretty small here. And what you got to do is it's already been 10 or 15 minutes, you got to burn this stuff a bit, I guess. I've never used it. Hands cleaned up pretty decent, wasn't too bad in there. So let's light it up, get a little fire going here, and see what it's like when it burns off here. See what she looks like. I think it's going to look pretty freaking good. This is not something you see every day, I can tell you that. Kind of neat that I built it all, I guess. Water tank, 18 gauge sheet metal, a little bit of ingenuity. And here's the way to enjoy a day like today. Check this out. Hard at her, eh? Sitting there getting a few rays. Beautiful day. Somebody having a little nap here in the front lawn enjoying the sun today. Oh. Somebody's going to take a header. She's falling. Where are you going, Cindy?
I think we're going to push.
I think I should push you.
No.
What? Wow, you guys got to check out how clean this thing burns. Look at that. She's going hardcore. Okay. Look up here. The chimney. You can virtually see no smoke coming out of this. Heat waves, but no smoke at all. Isn't that crazy? Working well. Cindy's still sitting here enjoying the day. Sorry about the sun and glare there, looking towards the west. But anyways, this thing is going excellent, burning off the whatever coating it is. It doesn't smell that bad. It's only like a waxy smell. So she's all blinged up now, though. Gonna make some biscuits here a little bit later. Isn't that crazy how clean that's burning? And again, this is a full fire. And we only got spruce is all we're burning in here now. I'll show you again to prove it, look. She's going big time. I will report back, I think, a little bit later. Once we get some food ready to throw in this thing. Well, everybody, check this out. Cindy was in a creative mood today. Everybody likes her hat, so. How's that? This is what she made. Isn't that crazy? She worked hard at it. She is a true craftsman. I give credit where credit's due. What a friggin' nut. She's quite a girl. Oh, check this out. That's a quality snowman right there, if I ever seen one. That is a quality snowman. And I love the hat, so. It is so nice out right now still. It is ridiculous. It's March 11th today. It was 9 degrees here this afternoon, which is what, 45, 46? And it's still plus 7. I've got the box up to almost 400 right now, and I gotta put just a bit more fire in it because we have some nice biscuits here that Cindy actually made up today. And they're gonna be going in the oven. And then we're gonna go inside and we're gonna have some chicken soup with it that she also made, which is going to be real good stuff. So this thing is working better than expected, and the paint job looks so nice. It come out on it so nice, putting the polish on it, and it's a proud little piece here, I guess, now. And eventually I'm going to have a seating area here where you can actually sit here and enjoy all this, and we will use this all summer long. We'll be out here baking away, baking cookies in July. We're going to do chocolate chip cookies here later on too, after we have dinner. So you know what you should do is when you get that chicken soup turned on. Oh, it's already on? Okay. It's on medium. She's a step ahead of me. So she's a pretty smart girl with some pretty creative skills. You've seen her snowman, so yeah, no. All right. It's almost 400. I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes till we hit 425 here. That's what they say to bake these things. That's about 4. Well, everybody, it is time to throw the biscuits in. It is about 410 degrees in this oven right now. They call for 425. We're close enough that we got to throw her in and get these things baking. So these are going to taste pretty good. And I put a pan and they're upside down, as you can see, so they're not sitting right on the bottom. So these are going to be real good. Cindy's finishing up her snowman. She found her arms and now she needs a mouth. I don't know, do you think it needs a mouth? Maybe not. This is so absolutely amazing. I'm pretty proud of this thing, I want to tell you. 405 degrees in there. I can already smell the biscuits in there. This is going to be such a nice little add-on with tonight's dinner. Our fresh homemade chicken soup. So Cindy made that, and I'm sure that's going to taste amazing too. This is what gets me, guys. I just put 3 pieces of wood in this thing that isn't even really that dry. It's dry, but it's just 2x4s. Look at this. Look up. Huh? Isn't that crazy? Totally clean burn coming out of this. There is no smoke. Zero smoke. Basically 0 emissions. Look at that. Go up higher. Well, you can't see anything coming out of this right now, and she's burning. Well, how's that? Pretty cool, eh? Nothing like chimney oven biscuits. Well, guys, these are these are done. These look amazing. It's still 400 degrees in here. You want to see these biscuits? How nice is that? Check those out. They are perfectly golden brown. Chimney oven biscuits. They ever smell good. Let's take these bad boys in and have dinner. Wonderful going in to enjoy these, guys. Well, there you go, guys. Check that out. What a wonderful looking chicken soup that Cindy made. We had a rotisserie chicken there one night, and then she cleaned up the remnants there and made a soup off of this. And these biscuits at the bottom, absolutely golden brown. They come out perfect. Gonna be a wonderful meal. Gonna sit down here and enjoy it. We're gonna actually throw chocolate chip cookies in it for dessert after, once it gets down to about 350 or so in the oven. Well, guys, supper was an absolute success. Those freaking biscuits that Cindy made were probably the best I ever had in my life. They were perfectly done in that chimney oven. And after that, we actually threw these, which is chocolate chip cookies, in there and baked them. Haven't even broken them apart yet, but these are gonna be, oh, look at the bottom, perfectly done. This is going to be our dessert. We're going to kind of kick back and enjoy the rest of the evening here. It is still 4 degrees outside, and this is where it's crazy. It hit 9 degrees here this afternoon, but yet it was only like 4 degrees in my local town where we're from, and it's only 20 kilometers from here. So I don't know why it was so ridiculously warm here today, but it was a beautiful, beautiful day all in all. And again, we're going to kick back now and have a couple cookies and probably watch a movie on Netflix. So I'll probably talk to you guys in the morning. Well, good morning again, everybody. What a beautiful night it was last night. It only went down to -2, so just below freezing. And after yesterday hitting 9 degrees, you know, it was that was something. They only forecast for 4, I think, 4 degrees for the high. Today will probably be the same thing over here. It's supposed to be 4 or 5 degrees at home, and I bet you it'll hit 8 or 9 here again today. So the snowman is not going to last long as Cindy made yesterday, but her attempt at a snowman, I guess I'll probably have to take the hat off it. God only knows, it could blow away in the wind. So, but it's a beautiful Sunday morning. Again, it's already, I think, -1 or 0 degrees. So I dismantled the chimney oven just to kind of keep the weather off of it, and I got to admit, that thing came out pretty friggin' good, for just putting some polish on it. Lifted the top off, only had it sitting on there. Just gravity, it's not going to go anywhere as long as I don't give it a big jerk, because everything is centered, the mass. So there it is, total success. No regrets on trying that one. I was thinking about it all week, wondering if I was going to make a fool of myself or not, trying to get this thing up and functional. But man, oh man, with the right wood source in it too. We're only playing with softwood now, right? Start getting some hardwood and stuff in it, should be no problem. May possibly, I don't know yet, even get one of those little swimming pools you can get, just a small above ground one with the pipes and that, and put it here in the front lawn. And I had one the first year I had the cabin, and it was way over close to where that bird feeder is over there. And the problem was, it was pretty well shaded all day, and it stayed freaking cold. So and then I put it under the camp, and then that winter the squirrels chewed a hole, and then I put it out the next year. I didn't even bother with it. So but I'd like to get a little bit bigger one, a 12 foot, maybe 40-inch deep, which is a pretty decent pool, and put it right in the front here. What I could do is, I've still got the coil of copper pipe that was in this, and I could wrap that around here, a bunch of wraps, put the chimney oven on top, get the fire going, put a small circulating pump on it, going to and from, and if it's done right, thermal convection will actually pump the water, but it'll go faster with the pump. Anybody knows how thermal convection works. If you come in the bottom with the cold, the hot will come off the top automatically on its own. But you have to make your coil normally uphill to do that, but I could still do it the way I feed the water lines, but anyway, I won't. I will, but I'll also put a pump in it. And in the mid-steer, I could even gear up some kind of solar heater and have like a coil of, you know, black pipe and all that on the ground here. Put it on something black, and you guys know me, I think by now I'll devise something over here. So I may set this up this summer and maybe have a little mini pool here. It'd be kind of cool to kick back and float around on the lounger. You know, first world problems, right? Pretty wild, but anyways, Kez is out getting breakfast, living in under here, just living the dream. I put some seed out to keep her happy, so. Anyway, I am going to cut this video off now because we got to go home and that, and it's almost lunchtime on Sundays, so. It was great to have you guys along. Like and subscribe if you like the content. You're going to see a whole lot more outdoor cooking videos. And again, eventually this thing is going to be moved over into the trees over there, and there's going to be like an outdoor kitchen affair right here beside the cabin. So I think that's going to be nice. We're doing lots of outdoor cooking when it's hot in the summer. That way it doesn't get super hot in the camp. Once again, if you like, come back, check out the videos. Appreciate it. Tell your friends. And if nothing else, you know what? Just live simply, remain grateful. We'll talk to you guys very soon.